Okay.
Oh,
Hello. How's you doing?
I am doing annoyed.
Why? What happened?
Computer issues that when I tried to solve it the way that the computer was telling me to solve it, ended up being like, oh, no, I can't start properly. I think you're gonna have to reinstall Windows.
That
What?
that's not good.
That feels like the level of I downloaded a proper Windows update, it screws up and deleted System 32.
Yeah, no, this was like, this wasn't a Windows issue. It's like I booted up. Yeah, I booted up and I got a screen that was basically saying like, hey, to avoid any further complications, you should switch to raid mode. And then when I did, I found out that, oh, none of my drives are raid compatible. And what that essentially did was now the computer was like, you told me to boot using raid mode, but you don't have any raid mode compatible drives, so I can't boot. I'm like,
This
okay,
is all
then
your
just
fault.
change it. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, okay, just let me change back. I can't. Why can't you? Don't know.
Yeah, because the Kool-Aid Man is red. That's why.
Like, I literally could not turn off the enable raid mode option.
What exactly is the raid mode?
It is Intel's rapid storage system, something like
Yeah,
that.
because when I hear raid mode, I'm either getting you're doing an MMO raid or Raid Shadow Legends, which I'm feeling like that's not what you're meaning.
For me, I
Yeah.
remember that as being like the thing where it's like, oh, you can do that trick where like you can stick in a whole bunch of USB sticks of the same type, and they can kind of act as random access memory.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of neat. Well, I don't know if you read the story, Tom, but I had a good game today.
Nice.
Killed a ghost pirate. Or would that mean he's now double dead?
So a ghost pirate.
Yeah,
His name was Whalebone Pill.
you wouldn't want your part anywhere near my part.
Really? What does yours do?
Well, remember, she's a grave walker witch, which means she's very into necromancy, and one of her abilities is she can possess undead.
You're gonna have fun in book 2 in that case. Yeah, like, I'm sorry, I spoiled, but, I mean, let's be honest, you're doing a pirate adventure. It'd be kinda weird if you're not fighting either a kraken, a ghost pirate, or finding the One Piece. Right?
And from what I understand, there is the Kraken. And yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, the raid array is, yeah, and for just some reason it's like the computer was telling me that's like, yeah, you should enable raid, and then tells me that, oh, my drives aren't raid worthy.
Unless they're trying to tell you to install Raid Shadow Legend, in which case, that is... I think it's time to get rid of the computer if it's telling you to do that. Yeah.
But yeah, now the big issue now is just reinstalling everything. It's like I went for about an hour, like almost 2 hours before I realized, oh, I don't have any antivirus on at the moment.
Oh, yeah, that...
Uh,
You should take care of that very soon.
Yeah, I
that's
already
like,
fixed it. Yeah.
I know, it's like whenever you get a new computer, it's like you're just about ready to enjoy yourself, and then you're like, oh, right, antivirus, because you never pay attention to it until you realize, oh shit, I don't have it.
Walking down the street naked without even realizing.
That is exactly it. Or, oh my god, remember Spoonie's story? I had to turn back. I had to go home because I forgot my pants. Like, motherfucker is late, and he calls on his way saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna be late. I forgot my pants."
Yeah.
I miss Spoonie. I really do.
Well, he went crazy, so you know.
It went. It's a combination of his inability to change to trends. You know, he kept staying as a caustic critic, whereas even James Rolfe, as the Angry Video Game Nerd, updated and improved.
It wasn't just that. It was also like I believe like yeah, because I remember there was a period of time where he would just spend basically all day on Twitter arguing with people.
Yeah, and that is... That's just a recipe for a bad time.
Yeah. Although last I checked, he apparently is trying to. For a moment, he seemed a little brighter, like he was going out and seeing animals or even trying to rescue some. So, maybe. He always was an animal lover.
Yeah. I mean, he even made a Twitter account for his dog and would just post as his dog.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, Mindfox is here.
What?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Spoonie.
I just realized it was Fox.
I hope he does better.
Yeah. Like, I get the feeling he's a dude who's kind of like... He's had some issues and he's working through them, and hopefully he'll be okay in the end.
Yeah. I think one of the other biggest things that he bit off more than he could chew. Like, he promised the Spoonie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a trend I could never understand with a lot of those those YouTubers. Like, they were never good. Like, frickin' Nostalgia Critic made those sort of Nostalgia Critic movies because he's just the big... Like, he wanted to get into film, and, you know, it's the whole thing. It's like, if you can't get into film, you become a critic.
And it's like, and it's one of those things where, as weird as some of that stuff was, I mean, if he manages to throw together his own vanity project, it's like, yeah, he can do his thing.
Well, I did like the Angry Video Game Nerd movie. I thought it was enjoyable in a cheesy sort of way.
I think the only sort of YouTuber movie that I think actually kind of stood up well and with quality, and that was Quest for the Game Child.
Yeah, I need to watch the sequel.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Stuart Act,
yeah.
Who?
where
Stuart
he's
Ashes.
literally. No, it's Ashen. The channel's called Ashins.
Ashins,
It's
yeah.
Ashins channel.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, and it's basically him on a quest to find an obscure piece of knockoff tech called a game child. And the best part, that was a real thing. That wasn't just some prop you made for the movie. It was a legit item.
But like, the thing that worked with him, is that it wasn't like this over, like with the nostalgia critic movies, they go like over top, where it's like, oh, they go into space and they're fighting like aliens and stuff like that. It was just Ashen's just on a just trying to find the game child, and there was like some government conspiracy, but it's still something that
it felt grounded.
Grounded, yeah.
It's almost like the first Channel Awesome movie where they were just invading a micronation. That felt a bit grounded and silly for what they were doing.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of went downhill with that. Although I will not deny that that song, I'm a Distraction, is such an earworm.
Yeah.
Alright, doing a quest. I've been waiting for you, Survey Corps recruit.
DLC for this?
What?
Isn't there DLC for this now?
Sort of.
Yeah, like free content. Yeah.
Cool.
I want to give my thanks to a certain...
That's kind of content.
Yeah. I want to give my thanks to a certain Blissey that aided me when I was left injured by a wild Pokemon. Help me find it, would you? It was a wild Pokemon that hurt me.
That's nice.
It was a wild Pokemon that hurt me, and it was a wild Pokemon that helped me. It's a curious world we live in, wouldn't you say? But even to a Pokemon, one must always give thanks for the care one receives. I'd be the shame of my Corps if I failed to do even that much. Join me at Avalug's Legacy, here in the Alabaster Icelands. That's where I met that Blissey. Okay.
I know another quest you should do, and I wonder if you've picked it up. Someone looking for, they're like, oh, I believe my ancestors came from this place, but I need to find, I want you to go out there and find, like, evidence of, human activity.
I don't think I've run into that yet.
I think he might be at the on the bottom floor of the, headquarters.
I'll have to take a look into that next time I set back to the main place. The village. Yes.
Anyway, I'm gonna head off. I need to cool off. It's gotten suddenly a lot hotter, and my apartment is burning up.
Alright.
Hope you have fun.
Rest well.
Indeed.
Legacy.
Now, I kind of get why they made it so that Braviary is just more of a glider than an actual flying thing. It still allows like the other movement options to be viable, except for Ursaluna. But like, it is kind of annoying. Like, I think they should have at least had something like, oh, maybe there are like updrafts that you can catch.
Yeah. Yeah, something to make there be... allow some continuous movement if like you're good enough to hit like thermals or something.
Yeah.
So you've come to help me search out Blissey, have you? It was around here that I met it, but I don't see it now. When did you meet it? Now let me think. As I recall, when I'd been out here for a little while, I simply turned around, and there was an Abomasnow. Just like that, huh? Then what happened? That is some timing. It's quite as I thought. Blissey may be one thing, but other Pokemon are still terrifying. Ow, ooh, and it seems I managed to twist my ankle in all the excitement. Ooh.
Oh.
What was that?
Like, she was just standing there! How did she twist her ankle?
I don't know, maybe she stepped back in the snow and... I don't know. Blissey? Eee. Well, this is a bit of fortune and misfortune. I brought these berries to thank you for your help before, Blissey. Here you go.
Man, Blissey really is one of my favorite Pokemon.
Aw. It happened to the Abomasnow, too. Blissey is terribly kind, isn't it? It treats anyone who needs its help, be they human or Pokemon. So what would you say makes Blissey your favorite?
One of my favorites, but just, like... the design? It's a cute design. Better than Chansey, because it actually looks like it's a completed Pokemon, which I guess, you know, it is Final Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually one of those things I find. It's like a lot of those Pokemon that got third evolutions later, or even second, end up looking like, okay, yes, this is like, you have now completed, it's no longer a middle stage. Even Chansey in the original game just didn't look complete. It's a great Pokemon for having on your team because, you know, it's super defensive and get some really good support moves. And it's one of the Pokemon that, you know, you could just hug up to it and, you know, relax. There is not a mean bone in that body.
Yeah. I'll try to help everybody. That is neat to see, especially when you see a very combat-focused series. It's nice to see that there's someone who just wants to help out everybody.
And it's like some depictions of Blissey in like people trying to do like, oh, what if Blissey was realistic? But like, I think there's one where it's like they wanted to do it like realistic texture but still keep the charm of the Pokemon, not like those stupid realistic ones where they go all monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they do is they like, this one that I saw was like, okay, yeah, give, Blissey seems to have like this almost, mother hen kind of vibe. So they gave like Blissey, feathers. Very, like, soft.
So like for like the little frillies?
It was like, no, the whole body was like feathers, but like very, almost like duck. I'll have to see if I can find that image again. I think it was like inspired by Detective Pikachu, how they give the Pokemon like these realistic textures while, you know, obviously keeping them to their on model style. I'm the one thing that I still find funny is that with Mr. Mime, it makes no sense yet it perfectly fits the sort of rubber ball looking shoulder.
Yeah. It's a weirdness that fits.
Yeah.
Welcome back. You burst 36 balloons. Yeah, it's... For me, I find some of those, the quote-unquote realistic depictions, I find some of those interesting and neat, because even if I don't think they're particularly on model, I find them to be interesting interpretations. But there are plenty of them where it's like, no, this doesn't even... Like, I remember seeing that one guy who did a version of Zoroark. And I remember feeling like that one was one of those ones where it felt like, no, you took too many liberties with this. Where it's like, it looked like a weird hedgehog, a weird giant hedgehog more than it did some sort of fox.
Yeah. A lot of the ones I've seen for God of War are horrible. Oh, actually no, there is one that I just remembered that I actually did kind of like, where they made God of War look sort of like a bird, like a secretary bird.
Interesting. I think I might have seen that one. Not too sure. But it was one of those things I could kind of see just because, like, the way its hair or whatever hangs down over its face does kind of almost give off that sort of beak impression.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of one of those things where there's something about trying to put in too much quote-unquote realism kind of destroys what the Pokemon is, because there's just almost something to that stylization that kind of really does inform them. Where it's like I'm sure there's probably some other ways that it could be done in another style and it could work, but it's like, yeah, with Gardevoir, it's got to have that very floaty and ethereal, but very approachable kind of a feel because of what sort of Pokemon it is.
Yeah. Huh. I just saw an interesting interpretation of Chansey, making Chansey look like an axolotl.
Yeah, I can kind of see with the little frillies kind of looking like gills and...
Yeah.
And I am not going to check out that trailer right away, Mind Fox, but I might have to just because really bad live action Pokemon movie based off it, where all the characters were adults and all the Pokemon had this layer of filth over them. Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff like that where it's like, man, trying way too hard to be hardcore.
Yeah.
Hey, Hey, you're a member of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps, right? I've heard you're studying Pokemon and making some kind of book about them. Does
Or a
that...
Pokedex!
God, I'm just thinking with how in Final Fantasy 14 there's the teeny tiny toy boat. There's your... Oh, it's your little Pokemon book. It's a Pokedex! Does that mean you're also studying my dear beloved Bergmite? I mean... Yeah? What a lukewarm answer. You should be more passionate. Do a proper job, won't you? I'm absolutely convinced that nobody loves or understands Bergmite more than I do. Sure. Once you've completed its entry in your book, come show it to me. As Bergmite's #1 fan in all of Hisui, I'll make sure you haven't missed any details. I'm just gonna back away.
Yeah. Insert the intense girlfriend meme.
Yeah. I know everything about Bergmite. Yoink. Oh, hey. Hello, Liberty. I was just about to go find you and tell you about this precious, incredibly precious thing I found. Are you curious? Tantalized? If you say so. Oh, come on! It's a treasure! If you don't take it now, those bandit sisters might get it first. Well, on principle, I don't want them to get away with anything, so... Alright. But anyway, before I show you, can you guess what I want to do? You want a battle? Yes, exactly. I want to be able to achieve feats like yours, like what you did atop Mount Coronet. Now, give me one moment. I need to center myself.
You just rub it into it. It's like, I'm sorry, you know, it's going to be difficult because, you know, you aren't the chosen of Sinnoh.
My partners and I are going to get stronger and travel all across this wide world. Like... I will say, I do like that we got that little thing for playing the song, and... Because it is nice to hear something from that flute other than the usual thing.
It's like, oh, again, you come at me 3-on-1.
Yeah, let's even this up a bit.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people like, why are there no AoE moves? And it's like probably just to at least make the have a challenge when there are like 3-on-1s.
Yeah. I mean, I also find myself thinking, man, they could so easily be a jerk and do a thing where it's like, oh, it does an AoE and knocks your trainer over and that has a negative effect or something.
Yeah. And you basically had like that was like the first Shinx you caught, wasn't it?
Yep.
It really does. Like, between Luxray, Golem, of course your starter, you basically had half your team set by the first freaking zone.
I mean, it helps that they are pretty good Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like Golem, Geodude and all that is pretty good because it resists electricity, and I mean, Shinx and all that has has access to a bunch of nice elemental moves. It's
Yeah.
just good Pokemon gonna be good.
There was a point in time when Golem was my favorite Pokemon.
Really?
It was Golem and Rhydon. They were two of my favorite Pokemon. And I think this was before... Yeah, this was, like, I don't think I had ever seen... Like, this was during Generation 1, before Mewtwo, like... And even once Mewtwo came along... Mew and Mewtwo were then my two favorite, followed by Golem and Rhydon. Rhydon fell out of my appreciation the moment he got an evolution that was horrible, which we have talked about many times before.
Yeah. Like, was it just because like you really enjoyed them in the games? Were they useful, or did you just think they looked cool, or?
It was because they looked cool. Yeah, I remember once, like, it was a thing that I had to do in school where it was like, oh, talk about your favorite fictional characters. And I basically wrote about my favorite Pokemon team. And it ended up being Mewtwo, Mew, Rhydon, Golem, Pikachu, and... Oh man, who was my sixth? I think it was Haunter? Not a very balanced team.
I mean, you got the big Mewtwo there, so yeah.
I mean, let's face it, all you really need on your team is Mewtwo.
Yeah. So lot of psychic, a lot of rock and ground, and then you had zapping mouse and a ghost.
Mm-hmm. And then of course nowadays it's like, while I do, Mewtwo is great, I never have him on my team. Same with Mew. Like, yeah, my favorites now all end up basically being fairy type. So I have refound my love for the Gengar line, but now it is more Gengar and not Haunter.
Got yourself a grounded ghost. I wonder, Liberty, are there people even stronger than you out in the world with Pokemon stronger than yours? I'll just have to find that out for myself, I suppose. Here, the treasure I promised you. Ooh. Okay, so that's how you get Origin Form, Palkia. Alright.
Yep. And of course you've already... You know that Adam already challenged you, I believe, and you were like, maybe later.
Yeah. And I'm guessing he has the
Yep.
Yeah, the other thing. Yeah.
Adamant orb.
Yeah. I'm told this once belonged to the founder of the Pearl Clan. It's somehow connected to to Almighty Palkia, I mean. And since Mighty Palkia is with you now, I'll entrust the lustrous globe to you too. Thank you, Liberty, for everything. And damn, gave me 3 comet shards. Let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, I did receive that thing. Manny from the Ginkgo Guild says his ancestors may have once lived on the avalanche slopes in the Alabaster Highlands. Alabaster Icelands, yeah. See if you can find traces of a village there. Yeah, so let's take a look at that. Eventually. Gonna need to heal up first.
I also like that the Pokemon in the springs, like there's another springs nearby that's not next to the village, and all the Pokemon there aren't aggressive.
And they're just having a chill time.
Yeah.
You do you, pigs. You do you.
Yeah, I've never cared for the Mamoswine line.
For me, I thought, like, I find Piloswine to be cute at least. I enjoy them. And Swinub feels like it at least... No, Swinub I thought was pretty cute. Piloswine is the one that is like, okay, yeah, not quite as cute, but like it feels like it fits. It's getting a lot more fuzzier and fluffier and all that. Mamoswine then felt like, wow, you really kind of cut off a lot of the extra fluff, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing I like about Swinub, it's just like, I could almost imagine a Swinub looking, or a Swinub looking like a, you have one in your house and it just roams around like a Roomba.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Roomba.
Just snorts up whatever it runs into.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll grab this. And, oh, I guess that's another... Yeah.
Yeah, just chill, just come and hang out with you.
Yeah.
I could just imagine the bloody Marchoke there just could have come up to you. It's like this, like you can stay here, just no violence.
Yeah. It's like, are we gonna have any trouble around here?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Machop is just tall enough.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Machoke is chaperoning the Machops, making sure they don't drown.
Yeah.
And you know, Lickitung, I'm not at all surprised you don't mind the taste of bath water. Uh, yeah, man, like, it's stuff like that that I really do enjoy about this game. It's just like, yeah, there's a little spot where Pokemon will just hang out and chill.
Yeah. Someone pointed out something that is kind of sad but funny at the same time. Like how I've talked about how, like, oh, if you're hurt, Blissey will actually like run up to you and make sure you're okay. Someone pointed out, it's like, yeah, but then you can't actually heal because the Blissey is technically aggroed on you. So by making sure you're okay, the Blissey is stopping you from getting better.
Ooh, Happy Knee. I'm just gonna sneaky sneak. Oh, right, there's a quest right next to it.
Yep.
Alright, I'll do this. You know, it just kind of occurred to me. Without their little, like, TP hoods or whatever, little snow runs would basically be little chain chomps.
Yeah.
Torn journal.
There is a theory that that snow runs are basically deserted phalanx. You know, they got deserted, left out in the cold.
Interesting, and they are kind of basically the little balls, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could imagine that. An old, stab-bound diary in a traditional style. It has been torn and is missing the latter half of its pages. February 5th. I was on my way back to the village when a blizzard blew in. I decided to take refuge for the night in one of the mountain huts. I woke at dawn due to some noise. Before me stood arbed in a fine kimono. Our eyes met and beauty stole the breath from my breast, yet it's a terrible beauty, frightened to behold. I my eyes in terror, waiting for to move on and leave me in peace. When I opened my eyes, that had disappeared, leaving nothing but the Drivens. The rest of the pages are missing. So, dude ran into a frostlass.
Mm.
And pop.
And yay. Oh, that's your first one.
Yep. Don't mind me, Mr. Murderface.
It minded you. Ah, you can't get me when I activate a quest trigger.
Hi. of curiosity, are you catchable? Well, I don't want to outright heal you, so...
And wild charge is your only option.
Yeah, let's at least slow her down. The Thunder Wave first.
Yeah, they are very fast.
Jeez, that's a blizzard. Alright, well, let's at least lighten the hit with the Agile style. Jeez. No. Ultra Ball away. Oh, come on! Like, I should not have to use... It seems like it would make more sense that they would tell you rather than, like... whatever. Alright, fine.
But yeah, there is a reason, don't worry.
Frostlass seems to have dropped something. It's a bundle of pages without any cover. It looks like they would fit with the gap in the journal that you found earlier. All the pages have been collected and restored. The rest of the pages seem to detail the writer's life in a village, which sounds like it might have been in the Alabaster Icelands. September 1st. And it's hard to believe it's been years now since and I began living together in the village. I was flipped through my old journal entries today and happened to be reminded of the I met once. In an odd way, reminds me of the that I met that day. But I remind myself I live in the real world, not in a of old fairy tales. Surely such things can be true. January 3rd. Why did I do it? Why did I have to remember that? Why speak of to my dear? I regret so much. It's too late for it now. Is gone. I have lost. Forever, I know it. Disappeared, leaving behind nothing but the driven snow. Oh, why, oh, woe, why did I speak of it? If only I held my tongue, kept my silence, I wouldn't have ever been to know such grief. That was the last entry in the journal. You better return to Jubilee Village and show the old journal to the merchant Manny.
That is actually based on a Japanese myth.
Something involving Yukiona, I'm guessing.
Yep. Basically, a guy runs into a Yukiona, survives, and she basically says, like, if you ever tell anyone about me, I will kill you. He then, you know, meets a woman, falls in love with her, marries her, has children, and then he decides that, like, I think it's either he finds out that she is the Yuki owner. I think he sort of guesses that. So he says, "Are you that Yuki owner from before?" And then she's like, "I told you not to tell anyone," and kills him.
That's... that's about full-on crazy right there.
But yeah, it's also probably the best evidence we have right now, other than the Sinnoh library, the Canalave library. That's like, hey, there are humans and Pokemon that have married before and even had children.
Which is pretty cool to have that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Especially since, you know, there's the whole thing of, oh yeah, they were once inseparable and lived alongside each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's due, because it's like, you know what? Yeah, Frostlass looks pretty human. That would make sense.
Yeah. Hey, is it storming? I guess it is, yeah.
Yep.
Not sure if it's heavy enough, but I was about to say, if you want, I can tell you where to find the embodiment of nature.
Sure.
I'm actually surprised you didn't run into it. You almost did the other day. Like, it must have been just off camera.
So where would it be?
Right, Avalug's Legacy.
Okay.
Right around where an alpha angry face spawns.
Yeah, I think I know the angry face of which you speak. Save.
Or was it the Abomination? One of the two. Basically right over there between those mountain hills, I should say, not mountains.
There you are. I've come for your brothers and I'm coming for you.
Yeah, he's got freaking an alpha nearby that will be a pain in the ass.
You know what? Come here.
The horn is like, just let me get into position.
Just gotta get in one more hit. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, the wild Pokemon buff is crazy.
Indeed.
Like, I've even seen like low levels still do significant damage just because they get that scaling buff.
Yeah. Which is like, much as it feels kind of ridiculous at times, it does feel like it helps to reinforce that idea of like, yeah, these are dangerous ass creatures.
Yeah.
What's it? What's it? Come on! This is not the time for a nap. I know you're a bit old, but what's it? Oh my sweet Watcha, what am I ever gonna do with you? What's it? Wake up! Oh my god! Oh my poor grandchild, you'd never leave me, would you? God damn it! Wake up! You
She's having a granny nap.
What's it? I swear. Alright, do I have drugs I can use on you?
I have never seen such a bad run of bloody frickin' power lock, basically.
Yeah. Yep, alright, you've had your medication. Now it's time to get out and do something. Yeah, that was. I'm not gonna lie. I'm almost kind of impressed by how much that got failed. Okay. Oh, you want some? Fine. What? Bullshit! You can't just frickin'.
It was charging up, waiting.
I mean, yeah, it was charging, but like it just suddenly went from facing that way to that way, like nothing. You get the fire fang. All right. Anybody else have any fun ideas about helping the incarnate? Anybody? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, just gonna heal you up a little bit. Get back here. I mean, at least he doesn't seem to need as many hits to break down his shield.
I think they're all the same, it's just...
Whew, that is very close.
I was about to say, remember, it is flying. Pure flying.
I'll admit, I'm not actually familiar with their typing, so... I mean, I knew it was going to do a lot, but it's like, okay, I don't know, maybe it'll take the hit, and thankfully it did. That was relatively painless. I think I honestly had more trouble just getting rid of the other dudes that were around him. Uh, thank you, Tenardis. I hate you the least. Trust me, that's high praise. Okay, let's... Yeah, go back to camp.
You rested up before going back.
Well, there is one more quest I wanna do.
That one.
Whatever one I marked over there. Whee! Glad to see you all the way out here. I've been waiting patiently with a request.
Alright, this is the mushroom dude.
Yeah. What say you to a spot of mushroom hunting? In the snow. The Pearl Clan told me that the shrooms growing around Hart's Crag are quite the delicacy. But these little gems are buried in the snow, and only a swinub's nose can snuffle them out. This is where your skills come in. Catch yourself a swinub, take it out foraging, and see if you can find those mushrooms. 3 would be great. Huh.
It's like, I do have an Ursaluna! And bear noses are some of the most sensitive noses in the world. Even more so than dogs.
Which, like, if it weren't for the fact that we had Ursaluna, I would... If I did not have Ursaluna, I would not question that. Just like, okay, I get it, they're doing, like, the whole, like, truffle hunting thing, so I get that, but it's like, before this area, even, we did get a Pokemon whose entire shtick is that they can sniff out things, so it feels curious.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's meant to be, hey, this is a quest to showcase, the features of this particular Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. And for this, I shall use Mega Ultra Key.
Oh god, that is huge. I thought Serena, an Alpha Swinub would be smaller.
Nope. He's a big boy.
I don't think I ever ran into an Alpha.
Hmm. I must have good luck then. Oh. Distortion. Now that'll be a little while before that fully forms. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did find that that Blissey image I was talking about.
Hmm.
But I found another one that is a little bit different, but also looks really good.
Be worth a look.
Yeah, I'll post them later.
Swinub is making some noise. Is there something beneath the snow? Wow, you and Swinub snuffled this one out quick. I just knew you were the right person for the job. 2 mushrooms left now. Have a swine-up accompany you around Heart's Crag and snuffle them out from under the snow. You told me, dude. Yeah. Also, it occurs to me, looking at this, yes, no, I did not come here looking for trouble.
You found it either way. And there was a Roltz just nearby. What was it? It was a Roltz,
That is a Roltz, yes. Alright, you want trouble? Here you go.
I just looked up in time, saw the green and white before you got chased away. I'm just like, I know that color palette anywhere.
But yeah, my thought is like looking at Swinub, especially with just how delightfully round it is. This feels like it could sub in for the fat cat.
Yeah. Yes, Ruby would use it to sniff out candy.
Yes. Yeah. Here's Sorrels.
I just love the way they just float.
Swineup is making some noise. Is there something beneath the snow? I mean,
I was wondering what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering what was going on with your screen there, because you had the tree in the way, so it's kind of.
Also, man,
Why'd you say that?
I was just gonna say, man, Swinub looks big enough to eat Snover.
Yeah.
Gosh, I thought you were slacking off, wasting time with that Pokemon battle. Excuse me for defending myself. But look at this splendid specimen of a mushroom you found. You're natural at this foraging stuff, you know. Only 1 mushroom left. Have a swine... Yeah.
What do you think I've been doing?
Hi, Mama Gardevoir. I haven't been harassing your children.
Is that the mum or is that one the father?
I'll check again once I get out of this quest sequence. Oh, found one, did you? A fine mushroom indeed. Well done. And... Hi. I just want to know if you're a boy or a girl. Okay, you're a girl. The kid, see, that's fine. See, I'm getting out of your hair. Oh my God!
Do you have a Gardevoir?
Yeah, in fact, I think I caught that alpha over there once before.
Right, yeah, I think I was there when you did that, yeah.
Fantastic effort all around. You and Swinub did a great job tracking down those 3 mushrooms I was after. It sure was fun foraging with you both. Pokemon and people together make for a great team. I can't wait to forage with you elsewhere. Perhaps with a new Pokemon pal along to help. Yeah, like some kind of bear that can sniff things up. It'll be hard to top Swinub, though. Its snuffling skills may well be the best out there. Thinking about it, it was a Swinub that discovered the hot spring in the Pearl Settlement, too. Maybe I should really just partner up with a Swinub, huh? Moral and Swinub. The mushroom hunting dream duo. Sounds good, doesn't it?
You just keep yourself and your fetishes away from me.
And gonna make sure. Don't think there's anything else. See, okay, yeah, now I can just go back. And I should probably also first take a rest. I know I heal up when I get back, but it's like I feel right just taking a nap before I go back. Okay, and swap you out because I'm gonna evolve you eventually, hopefully. Make a report. All right, yeah, I got that shiny. Oh, I got 2 shiny Driftblims. I've caught so few shiny Pokemon in my life, so having 2 of the same is just wow.
I never actually ran into a random shiny. Every shiny I got in this was always me actually hunting.
Like that's one of those things for me that like I appreciate people who do shiny hunting, but for me that just seems like it would be such an exercise and like constant trying and having a difficult time. Let's see, do you have anything new?
At least shiny hunting in this is way easier than other games.
Yeah. Like just the fact that the chances are that much higher is something I know I like at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me that's like shiny hunters like immediately like as soon as they found out that oh these have a higher chance that they immediately went in and figured out the most optimal way of getting those shinies. It's just like yeah you don't even like finish the game normally. It's just like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's just instant almost like a scientist just like, oh, so this is how it works, we can do it better.
Alright. Tell me, Baggin, are you gonna help me figure out how I can use a black hole to frickin' yeah. $150,000. Totally worth it.
It's like, I just imagine at one point he's like, look, you know, I don't think there's anything else I can do to let you fit more into this pack. So here's a new one for you. Just, this one's a little bit odd. And just hand you Kirby.
Why does it say Poyo? Did you find any trace of a settlement that might once have been around the Avalanche slopes? You root around in your satchel, but you can't seem to find the old journal you'd picked up. What? You say you found an old journal, but now it's gone. And you got it from a Pokemon? Well, don't leave me in suspense. What in the world did it say? So there's this dude who had the hots for a Frostlass. That lines up exactly with the stories I heard from my gran about the village. Which means that it's true. My ancestors really did come from a village that once existed there. You have no idea how many years I've wondered if I could believe those old tales or not. I really owe you a great deal for looking into this for me and clearing up my doubts. Yay.
Ma'am, I think you missed the point of that. The big discovery here is the whole Pokemon and human relations.
But you still have to wonder, why would a Pokemon be carrying an old journal that once belonged to a human? And you say it disappeared. I almost wonder if somehow it returned to that Pokemon again. What a coincidence. It's the kind of thing that it reminds me of how, like, I wonder if it's that thing how it's like you know how it's like, you know, back in the day, gay relationships were super looked on hard, and so people used a lot of euphemisms like, yes, he was truly a good friend. He had such a good friend, one that he was so loyal and dedicated to that he never took a wife. That's how dedicated to his friends he was.
Yep. They were really good roommates.
Yes. And it's just like there just wound up being so many freaking stories like that. It's like, yes, he was so dedicated to his Pokemon. They were inseparable, and yeah. Let's see, show the completed Pokedex entries. So okay, so that means I gotta like do all their freaking things, don't I?
Wait, you've done all their things.
Oh, it said the completed dex entry, as in like doing all the things in their decks.
Yeah. Which is just basically, I think you only have to use their signature move like 10 times each or something like that.
Well, I'll go chase after a token of gratitude, and I will swap one of them in to try and get that done. Let's put Quilava here. Yeah, let's get you out here. Oh, put you in the front. And just to double check. Tornadus. Number of times you've seen it use extrasensory. Bleak Wind Storm, strong style move, agile style move. Okay. Yeah, that is here. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna check just. Sensory. Okay, so yeah, you do have all the things. I wanted to make sure, just in case they did something dumb, like, oh yeah, you gotta, like, shut them or whatever.
Okay, my headset is now back.
Ah.
Just, I forgot. Again, earlier it was like, oh, you have X, you're on low battery, and I'm like, yeah, I'll fix that up. You're on low battery, yeah, I'll fix that up. Turning off. Wait, no.
Oh.
Just because I couldn't be bothered plugging it in. And it's like the voice that says it all the time. Whenever it does say power off, it does almost like sound like she's kind of angry with me for not for recharging earlier.
Oh.
Almost like a fine. Then I'm off.
That reminds me of times that I've had, like, I've been in a car and I've had like two GPS things going at the same time. For whatever reason, they always, when that happens, they both sound like they're being terse and trying to talk over each other and correct each other. It's like, turn left at the next road. Like, in 100 feet, turn right at the just. Oh. Aha, you must be Liberty, right? Hello. I heard about you from Mai. I thank you for taking on my request. I'll get right to the point. Once, when I was little, I got lost here in the Obsidian Fieldlands. I was wandering around in tears when I stumbled across a field of beautiful flowers. That's where I met it. A Pokemon I'd never seen before. It gave me a flower and then set off walking, as if to guide me somewhere. So I followed it. And it led me back to a place I recognized. Thanks to that Pokemon, I made it home safely. But I never got to properly thank it. I'd like to find it again and tell it how grateful I am. The only problem is, I haven't been able to find that field of flowers. So I'd like you to help me. Here, this is the only clue I've got. A Gracidea.
Yeah. It's like, saying that it was a Pokemon you've never seen before doesn't mean much when there are many Pokemon you've never seen before.
That's called a Gracidea flower. It is the same flower as the one that Pokemon gave me. Please, find the field of Gracidea flowers here in the Obsidian Fieldlands for me. Okay.
If you've been exploring, you probably know where that is.
Yeah, I think I got a good idea. Like, it was the most recognizable landmark type place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. Grady and I were actually talking about it before we got to endgame, wondering like what it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just like neither of us could actually kind of figure out. Like he was like, maybe it was like a fire Pokemon, and I'm like, it doesn't exactly look like they're burnt. It looks like they're lifeless.
Yeah, like my thought was that like, oh, it was some kind of poison thing.
Yeah.
This seems to be the flower field Medi has been looking for. Is this the field from back then? The flowers may be withered, but I remember these surroundings exactly. This has to be the place. Excuse me. Can you hear me, kind Pokemon? A long time ago, I got lost out here and you guided me back. I don't know if I'd have made it home without you, so I just came to say thank you so much. The flowers. Yee.
Now, this one is actually very interesting. This is like one of the, I think, the only legendary that will run away from you and actually like disappear.
Huh. Well, considering it hides in the flowers, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Liberty. I'll make sure to thank Mai for pointing me toward you as well. I suppose you'll be staying here to study that Pokemon? Well, good luck with your work. Take care. And I'm gonna just do a quick one of these. Oh, and that is an Alpha Beautify in the distance. For now, let's catch that Hedgehog. I swear to God, if I get busted because of that stupid butterfly. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, try it. Yeah.
So what does it
Okay.
take to respawn it?
I think it's just like you have to come back later.
Or we can come back earlier. Thanks to the power of the space-time travel. Thank you, Dialga.
No problem, bro. I think this was, I think Shaman was another one that I ended up just battling because of how jittery it is. It just wants to run away.
Skip.
Getting the ball!
I did not realize how squeaky this little fricker was. Finally. And now, because this frickin' dude decides to make things unnecessarily dramatic with his presence and background music. Yeah. Let that be a lesson to you. Let's see.
Now I can't remember how you get the item needed to switch Shaman into Sky form.
Yeah, because I can't remember how that worked even in the initial games. It's... Cheer.
Yeah, the Charum quest is also really annoying just because they've got such a low spawn.
Ah.
Yeah.
That explains why I haven't run into a bunch.
Yeah, they only spawn, I believe, yeah, it's got to be a tree, a shaking tree.
Ah.
And I think it has to be sunny.
For now, I'm going to at least gather up them lost satchels, because I know how much it sucks to lose those.
Yeah.
Alright. You wanna go, big boy? I'm just gonna get to a safe distance. And... Right, and there's also the agile element. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that Alpha Snorlax was probably the hardest Pokemon for me to catch.
Really?
I don't know why. It just resisted everything. Like, I would do the whole, like, okay, I gave it its favorite food. I used the raspberry. I snuck up behind it with a freaking Gigaton ball. And it took me so many damn tries to actually catch it.
Damn. Also, goddamn. Do I have a Mr. Mime yet? No.
Yeah, they've got the best defense against Pokeballs.
Little frickin' block this. And might as well get some berries.
Have you seen their idle animation?
For Mr. Mime?
Yeah.
I believe not. Oh, yeah, I remember that one video where they like sip tea or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is neat. Okay, so unboop that. Yeah. There it is. Ah, yes, and there's the alpha diddly whoop. And artillery, bird mine. Maybe I'll finally go for that fight with good old Adaman.
Yeah. Get yourself the other orb.
That you know, besides just all the general stuff of oh yeah, I fell from the sky and I've managed to quell and capture the gods of the major religions. You just gotta imagine all the power that is being accrued around this one person. That's that's just gotta be super unnerving for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining there being a thing where it's like, at some point after going back into the future, and Liberty goes to the one foreign building, looks up at the stained glass and realizes, oh fuck, one of them's me. Oh fuck.
Why didn't I notice that before?
So
Hell, I could even see there being like a miscommunication of her name. So it's like people think that her name has been forgotten. So it's like, oh yeah, she was known as the Great Liberator.
yeah, that would work. It even reminds me of frickin' that is kind of how I like to figure it. It kind of happened with her over time in the campaign, where it's like between her and Inner, they eventually just kind of like, I mean, it makes sense because they were kind of a whole thing, but the thought of like, oh yeah, eventually they were known as the Inner Light of Liberation. And it's like, man, that sounds like some stupid spiritual bullshit. It's like, yeah, it was a thing.
Yeah. Denki gets all excited about being the God Slayer, Liberty just like, leave me out of it.
Yeah. I, I just want to hang out here with my bugs and my fungi and just have a chill time. Let's see. Actually, you had a leafy on, so I'll leave you. Here's the deal. I want you to show me what's in your mind, your heart, your soul. In short, battle me. Alright. Then it's on. Time to see what you've got. Here I come, knowing full well how tough you are. For the future of the Diamond Clan. You got an Umbreon and a little blue fish puppy. What? Why you gotta make me hurt a little blue fish puppy, Adamant?
Megas. Right away.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, that means Sylveon is the only one that isn't used.
See, but there's Jolteon wasn't used also, was he? Or
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a good point, yeah.
How? I mean, I know it's an 80 accuracy, but how do you avoid a rip in space-time?
By being an adorable fish cat puppy.
Yeah. It uses the Zeteron method.
Yeah.
Just right as they close in, just big, innocent eyes and... You're really something. And I'm a man of my word. So here's that treasure. Adamant crystal. When used on Dialga, this large glowing gem wells with power and allows the Pokemon to change form. This used to be my grandfather's. He said it was somehow related to Almighty to Mighty Dialga. So now that I put you through the ringer a little, it seems right to give it to you since you're the one who caught Mighty Dialga. You know, I ought to tell you, I'm glad it was you who fell out of the sky to us. You taught me another way to get along with Pokemon, another way to relate to the world. Yeah.
It's like he hands it to you, he's like, don't worry, I'll take absolutely best care of this. He comes by your house later and just sitting in a corner. Or even just you using it as like a frickin'
Paperweight.
fidgety thing. Yeah, a paperweight, or just fidgeting with it, just rolling it around.
Time started to move faster for Hisui when you arrived. I feel big changes coming. even to the very way humans and Pokemon relate. Yeah, I seem to do that, yeah. I hope they release the soundtrack for this game. Just because
Yeah.
it is nice, some of those moments.
I mean, as I said, I think I prefer this version of Cynthia's theme. Or I guess I should say Volo's theme, because it is slightly different.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't quite picked up on the intricacies myself. Still, like, the arrangements that they've done of the themes has been pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's just real quick. Stay on target.
Yeah, if I do hope that like the next sort of version of this we get is Unova.
Oh, exploring like the background of the dragon splitting and the
Yeah.
yeah.
But like one of the things I definitely would want is having Miloetta play a big part.
Oh right, yeah, because
And
Gen 5 was when she debuted.
Mhm. And like having an actual in-game arrangement of the relic song.
Yeah.
So I really like what they did with it in the anime.
I don't think I've heard the anime version, but I just do know that I enjoyed hearing it on the soundtrack, and it would be neat to hear it arranged and a proper thing.
Yeah. And yes, of course, a Unova version, I could definitely see them adding a new Pokemon, which is meant to be the dragons before they split.
Kyurem unfucked.
Yes, and now you're here in this swamp.
Yep. Hello, random Ralts.
Wait, where are you, Bats?
About Thar? I've run into a couple of Ralts
Ah,
in
yeah,
this area.
yeah. I thought there's only two places I know where Gardevoir line will spawn there. Yeah, in that area, and the other one is the Shrouded
The
Shrouded
ruins.
Ruins.
Yeah.
That's where I got my Alpha Curlier. And yeah, this is the like, if you want a guaranteed Vespiquen, since of how difficult it is to actually find a freaking female combi. There is a Vesper Queen.
Somewhere around here, I believe.
Yeah.
You keep doofing along, Bidoof. And I might check out that ghastly outbreak after I pick up the satchel. Hey, Pikachu.
Yeah, there was also an, I think I caught an Alpha Raichu around here. But yeah, Pikachu is surprisingly rare.
I guess they want their value in the mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You can find Eevee more readily than a Pikachu. I think I should probably rest until night.
I mean, God, with all those satchels you've definitely got enough to basically buy every frickin' trade item.
Very possibly, yes. I know. I know I already have a freaking ton of like cables, or I guess not a ton, but
Yeah.
still 4, which is a lot more than I would expect myself to possess.
I think I was just thinking. I'm surprised that like the crafting system on this is so bare bones. You'd think that they would have at least tried to expand it a bit.
Like, how so?
Well, like one of the simplest ways of expanding such a simple crafting system is just having like recipes that require more than just like, you know, 2 components.
Well, that's kind of a thing where I guess it kind of, like, once you start needing to get better than basic Pokeballs, you do need like at least 3 because of the iron chunks and all that. Like,
Yeah.
firstly, for me, I don't think I mind it as much because like they do have kind of a limited inventory going on, which, I mean, you can craft stuff at stations, so there could be a thing of, oh yeah, there's only stuff you can craft when you're not out in the field, but it's like, I kind of appreciate that there's some things that only really need a few things, just because you can only carry so few things on your person. I guess that's... I guess it kind of goes in line with how this really is their first time with doing a whole lot of things, and it's probably a good idea that they didn't do too much. But still, it is kind of thing of like, gosh, it would be nice if... Like, okay, trying to form an actual thought. There's like a lot of aspects to this game that are justifiably like the whole thing of it would be nice if they expanded on how things work. Like, yeah. And no shinies.
Not that easy.
Nope.
Then you just find another rampage and you get like 3 shiny straight away.
What is there? Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a Lucario that wanted to battle. Gotta do this. There'll be the DLC. I think I might save the DLC stuff for last.
Yeah.
I think. And I know I'll fight Lucario eventually, but you know what? I think I'll be stopping around here, and I think next time I'll finally try to like actually track down all of those wisps for Spiritomb.
Yeah. So, again, I recommend just finding an online map.
Yeah. An alpha ghastly. I will wait for you to turn around. Huzzah. Why did you catch so many ghosts? You wanted me to catch 25.
Yeah. It's just a general suggestion. Then don't put it in.
Gaseous and completely impalpable, also highly dangerous. Inhaling part of its poisonous body will cause one to faint instantly. Hmm. Oh. Yeah. Thanks again for being a streaming bro, Argul.
Yep.
And thank you to any who watch this. I know some people watch these sometimes, if only for a few seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm just gonna say it one more time, and yeah. Because that is the kind of person I am. We've established that my short-term memory is crap. So alright. Yeah. And good night, stream.
Good night.